Hello dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Literature Insights, an easy platform to learn English language and literatures in English. In this video, we are going to explore 32 very important multiple choice questions based on elements of poetry in English literature. These MCQs are very useful for the students of English elective or optional from the examination point of view. So let's study our today's topic on multiple choice questions on elements of poetry. Question number 1. Who defines the poetry as, that is prose, words in their best order? Poetry, the best words in the best order. Here I have given four options: A. S.T. Coleridge, B. Sir Philip Sidney, C. Matthew Arnold, D. P.B. Shelley. The correct answer of this question is A. S.T. Coleridge. S.T. Coleridge defines the poetry as, that is prose, words in their best order. Poetry, the best words in the best order. Question number 2. Blank considered poetry as an imitation of imitation and so twice removed from reality. A. Aristotle, B. Horace, C. Plato, D. Longinus. The correct answer of this question is C. Plato. Plato considered poetry as an imitation of imitation, so twice removed from reality. Question number 3. Who says the main purpose of poetry is to teach and delight? A. S.T. Coleridge, B. William Wordsworth, C. Sir Philip Sidney, D. Matthew Arnold. The correct answer is C. Sir Philip Sidney. Sir Philip Sidney says the main purpose of poetry is to teach and delight. Question number 4. Who defined poetry as a criticism of life? A. Ezra Pound, B. Matthew Arnold, C. Thomas Gray, D. T.S. Eliot. The correct answer is B. Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold defined poetry as a criticism of life. Question number 5. Who summarized the greatness and value of poetry as, great poetry is always written by somebody straining to go beyond what he can do? A. Ezra Pound, B. Matthew Arnold, C. Thomas Gray, D. Stephen Spender. The correct answer is D. Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender summarized the greatness and value of poetry as, great poetry is always written by somebody straining to go beyond what he can do. Question number 6. Who defines poetry as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings? A. Sir Philip Sidney, B. P.B. Shelley, C. William Wordsworth, D. Matthew Arnold. The correct answer is C. William Wordsworth. William Wordsworth defines poetry as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. Question number 7. What are the basic elements of poetry? A. Theme and diction, B. Images and figure of speech, C. Sound patterns and stanza forms, D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. The basic elements of poetry are theme and diction, images and figures of speech, sound patterns and stanza forms. Question number 8. The understanding of poem is based on two traditional categories: blank, A. Content, B. Form, C. Both A and B, D. None of the above. The correct answer is C. Both A and B. The understanding of poem is based on two traditional categories: content and form. Question number 9. The content of the poem deals with blank, A. Theme oblique subject oblique message, B. Biography, C. Context, D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. All of the above. The content of the poem deals with theme, subject, message, biography and context. So these are the content of the poem. Question number 10. The poetry can be divided into two broad blank types: A. Lyrical, B. Descriptive oblique narrative, C. Both A and B, D. None of these. The correct answer is C. Both A and B. The poetry can be divided into two broad lyrical and descriptive oblique narrative types. Question number 11. Which of the following is an example of lyric poetry? A. Ballads, B. Epics, C. Sonnet, D. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Sonnet. Sonnet is an example of lyric poetry. Question number 12. Which is not an example of lyric poetry? A. Odes, B. Sonnet, C. Elegy, D. Epic. The correct answer is D. Epic. Epic is not an example of lyric poetry. Question number 13. Ballads and epics are an example of blank poetry. A. Lyric, B. Descriptive, C. Both A and B, D. None of these. The correct answer is B. Descriptive. Ballad and epics are an example of descriptive or narrative poetry. Question number 14. Which of the following poem addresses to an object or a state of mind? A. Elegy, B. Ode, C. Ballad, D. Epic. The correct answer is B. Ode. Ode is a poem addresses to an object or a state of mind in the English poetry. Question number 15. Sonnet is a poem of blank lines. A. 10, B. 8, C. 12, D. 14. The correct answer is D. 14. Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Question number 16. Elegy is a lyric poem of blank. A. Lament, B. Grief, C. Comedy, D. Both A and B. The correct answer is D. Both A and B. Elegy is a lyric poem of lament and grief. Question number 17. Which poem is the major form of folk literature? A. Ode, B. Ballad, C. Epic, D. Sonnet. The correct answer is B. Ballad. Ballad is a major form of folk literature in English poetry. Question number 18. Which are two major types of meaning? A. Denotative, B. Connotative, C. Both A and B, D. Dictionary meaning. The correct answer is C. Both A and B. Denotative and connotative are two major types of meaning in English poetry. Question number 19. Identify the figure of speech is used in the line, "My love is like a red, red rose." A. Metaphor, B. Simile, C. Hyperbole, D. Personification. The correct answer is B. Simile. Simile figure of speech is used in the line, "My love is like a red, red rose." The figure of speech simile is indicated by the word like, as, so as. Question number 20. Which figure of speech is used to compare two or more objects or things? A. Hyperbole, B. Metaphor, C. Simile, D. Alliteration. The correct answer is B. Metaphor. Metaphor is a figure of speech used to compare two or more objects or things. Question number 21. 10 hands work together is an example of blank. A. Hyperbole, B. Personification, C. Synecdoche, D. Metaphor. The correct answer is C. Synecdoche. 10 hands work together is an example of synecdoche. Question number 22. The poetic device in which the inanimate or non-human objects are given human qualities is called as A. Simile, B. Personification, C. Synecdoche, D. Onomatopoeia. The correct answer is B. Personification. The poetic device in which the inanimate or non-human objects are given human qualities is called as personification. Question number 23. Couplet is a stanza of blank lines. A2, B4, C9, D7. The correct answer is A2. Couplet is a stanza of two lines. Question number 24. A stanza of three lines is known as A. Couplet, B. Tercet, C. Quatrain, D. Octave. The correct answer is B. Tercet. A stanza of three lines is known as tercet. Question number 25. Sustet is a stanza of blank lines. A3, B5, C6, D9. The correct answer is C6. Sustet is a stanza of 6 lines. Question number 26. A stanza of 8 lines is called as blank. A. Quatrain, B. Sustet, C. Couplet, D. Octave. The correct answer is D. Octave. A stanza of 8 lines is called as octave. Question number 27. Which are the significant components of sound patterns of poetry? A. Rhyme, B. Rhythm, C. Both A and B, D. None of these. The correct answer is C. Both A and B. Rhyme and rhythm are the significant components of sound patterns of poetry in English poetry. Question number 28. Blank can be defined as a flow of sounds at regular intervals. A. Rhyme, B. Rhythm, C. Meter, D. Foot. The correct answer is B. Rhythm. Rhythm can be defined as a flow of sounds at regular intervals in English poetry. Question number 29. A systematically arranged organized rhythm is known as blank. A. Rhyme, B. Meter, C. Foot, D. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Meter. A systematically arranged and organized rhythm is known as meter. Question number 30. An unstressed syllable followed by stressed one is known as a blank. A. Iambic foot, B. Trochaic foot, C. Anapastic foot, D. Dictylic foot. The correct answer is A. Iambic foot. An unstressed syllable followed by stressed one is known as iambic foot. Question number 31. One stressed syllable followed by two unstressed syllable is known as A. Iambic foot, B. Trochaic foot, C. Anapastic foot, D. Dictylic foot. The correct answer is D. Dictylic foot. One stressed syllable followed by two unstressed syllable is known as dictylic foot. Question number 32. Water, water everywhere and all the boats did sink. Water, water everywhere, not any drop to drink is an example of A. Alliteration, B. Assonance, C. Consonance, D. Onomatopoeia. The correct answer is A. Alliteration. Water, water everywhere and all the boats did sink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink is an example of alliteration. Here in this video we have seen 32 very important multiple choice questions on elements of poetry. These multiple choice questions are very useful for the learners of English from the examination point of view in preparation of their examinations. If you like my video on multiple choice questions on elements of poetry, please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Literature Insights among your friends, students and learners of English language and literatures in English.